Hey, what's up everybody? This is Ryan with Collecting Casually, and in this video we're not looking at a comic book. Okay, so we're not looking at a comic book in this video, but we are looking at a comic book character, and in fact we're looking at a comic book character action figure. Now this is not a standard action figure by any means. This is kind of a oversized action figure, more of a display piece than anything. I don't know that this was actually designed to be played with by any means. So what are we talking about here? Well, if you can't tell by the background over here, we're talking about Spawn. In 1996, McFarlane Toys released some supersized figures in their Spawn action figure line, and what we're looking at today is the 12-inch version of Spawn. So what I have with me here is the action figure in the box itself, and we're actually going to be opening this here on camera. Now, the reason I'm opening this is because it does actually have some damage on his shoulder, where some of his chains and his cape have come off of him. You can kind of see the hole where they were supposed to be attached to his body, and that has come out of there. I actually picked up this and another Spawn supersized character for around $30 on Facebook Marketplace. I thought that was a pretty good deal because for two figures, an average of $15 per figure is pretty affordable in my opinion. And I was originally going to end up reselling these. I am a Spawn fan, but I'm not a big fan of the action figures themselves. But these do look kind of cool. And once I actually saw the damage on this figure, I knew I'd probably just end up opening it, fixing it, and displaying it somewhere. The cool thing about the supersized figures was that there was 4 of them released. Angela and Spawn came out at the same time, with Violator and Medieval Spawn coming out in December of 1996. Each of these figures has kind of a custom base for each one, depending on their character and scene. The one that we have here is Spawn, obviously, and the base plate is just kind of a brown and black color scheme with some broken bricks and a rat showing there. Like I said, we're going to open this box in the video, so let's go ahead and get started with that. This does still have the factory tape on it, so I know it hasn't been opened up at all. So I'm really kind of curious how it became broken inside the box. Again, I bought this used from a local guy here in town. And originally I was going to resell these because I was getting them at a pretty good deal. But once I saw the damage, I just realized, you know what, let's open these up on camera, see what they look like. I've never seen them in person. And then maybe I end up just displaying them instead. It's a little harder to get out of here than I thought it was going to be. So this figure comes attached to like an inner box. So once we've got this out, there's some wire ties and things like that that we're going to need to remove in order to get the figure all the way out of the box. All right, let's take a closer look at this guy. All right, so we have Spawn out of his packaging. And obviously you can see here this chain is dangling down. That is part of the damage that we have here. So if you take a look, we've got a hole right here where his other skull on his shoulder should fit into. And with that holds the other chain in place. So we'll get that repaired coming up here, and we'll show you what it looks like once that's repaired. But I just wanted to kind of get a look at this guy once I got him out of the box. So he's hard plastic, not kind of the more rubbery material you would find on a lot of action figures. At least for his chest, his arms do feel like they may be a little bit of a different material. Same thing with his head. The cape is a flexible and bendable item, so it looks like it has some wires inside, so you can kind of pose it how you would like, so that it's flowing the way you want, which is a pretty awesome feature in my opinion. Same thing with the top. Here you can kind of curve this around and get it to stay how you would like. He came with this big knife in his hand, which is kind of cool, like a Rambo survival type knife. He also came with this comically large handgun. Not quite a revolver. It's got a round barrel that typically you see on a revolver, but just some generic weapon here that can fit into his hand more than likely, it looks like. But kind of funny the scale of this gun compared to the figure itself. Not a ton of high detail on this figure. It is not anything like a Sideshow Collectibles figure by any means, but it has some pretty good detail here. We've got mostly painted pieces. Obviously this is molded black plastic, and no, it's pretty cool. For $15, I cannot complain, that's for sure. Figure also has some removable armor pieces. We've got a little bit of a forearm armor piece on his left arm, and then on his right shin we have some shin plate armor that actually can come off and kind of clip back onto the leg, depending on how you want to display the figure. It does have multiple points of articulation. The legs can move forward and backward here. The knees bend a little bit. The feet are in solid positions though, no adjusting of those. Looks like we can move the arms up and down, but there is no elbow articulation. And then the head does swivel side to side as well. So I've just temporarily replaced the skull in the shoulder, and I definitely like how that is going to look once we get it glued back in. In addition to the figure and the weapons, we also have this base plate that came along with the kit. Now it's obviously got a spot for each of his feet. We have a rat being shown off here and some bricks and other debris in the field. It looks like he's standing over a manhole of some sort. All right, so there you have it. That is the McFarlane Toys Spawn supersize action figure from 1996. I still got to glue in this little shoulder piece here to keep that chain and cape in place, but I'm really happy with this toy. Honestly, for $15, there's really not much to complain about. And for another $15, I was able to get the second Angela figure, and I may do a video on that one as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that figure or not. Right now, it's still sealed in the box and in good shape, so I'm kind of still making up my mind on that. Let me know if you think I should open it or not, or make another video about that figure as well. Now I've just got to find a good spot to display this. My room is actually really full and I'm out of surfaces to display things on. And the size of this large action figure would really take up quite a bit of real estate in my room. So some things are going to have to go into storage for a little while so that I can display this figure. Well, let me know what you think about this video. Did you like this content? I know it's not the standard comic book content that I plan to continue releasing, but I thought it was relevant, obviously Spawn being a very popular comics character, and seeing some renewed popularity with King Spawn and a lot of Todd McFarlane news in the comic world lately. If you did like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and even a subscribe. Also, give me a comment below if you are a Spawn fan, or maybe you have a favorite Spawn cover or variation of Spawn. Obviously, we have like Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn, OG Spawn here. Let me know what your favorite is in the comments below. Like always, I appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you in the next one.